Hi guys, welcome back to Asia's Affirmations. So today I want to talk to you guys about self-love and the importance of self-love, right? So sometimes we just talk about self-love and we talk about it in a very nonchalant way, right? Like, oh, love yourself, you need to love yourself. And it's not really an easy thing when you have habits and conditioning that provoke you, I guess, into falling back into your same habits. So I want to talk a little bit about that today and talk about my recent experience with the battle of self-love. And it's not really a battle, it's something that I've been trying to implement as much as possible and different breakthroughs that I wanted to share with you guys. So let's jump right in. First, let's talk about awareness, okay? Because sometimes we can be so hard on ourselves and set these very unrealistic expectations and beat ourselves up. And sometimes we're oblivious to it. We don't even know that we're doing it. I am a repeat offender of this, okay? So let me explain. I used to have situations where every time I had some type of challenge, I would sit and I would think about it, really overthinking and beat myself up in my mind, really just drilling myself. You can't do this. Why are you even trying? What's going on? That type of situation. And it's very unhealthy. And it's something that I really had to take a step back. And that's one of the things I want to encourage you to do as well. Always take a step back and say, wait a minute. What's happening here? Why am I going through this type of thought process versus a more positive thought process? Because we can have whatever thought process we choose to have, right? You always have a choice. As long as you're able to sit back, take a step back and reflect on what's going on. And it may not always be in the moment. For me, I've learned to start catching myself in the moment, but sometimes it'll be a situation where, you think back and you're like, wait a minute, why was I so hard on myself? Why did I treat myself like that? I'm causing unnecessary stress, unnecessary anxiety. Like I don't need to beat myself up. It's really not this serious. And that's one thing I usually have to tell myself, because after the fact, after I love myself through it and comfort myself and, become my biggest cheerleader, right? I'm always saying, oh my goodness, like I can't believe I did that. When you look back, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that's the way that I was thinking, and treating myself. So you really want to look at things from a different scope and just be kind, be gentle, and be patient with yourself. The importance of self-love is deeper than just words. It's deeper than just thoughts. It's something that's going to literally change your life and your mindset. You're going to start to develop better habits, better patterns. For example, one thing, instead of saying, oh my God, why am I even trying? This is so, you can't do this. Instead of thinking those thoughts, you can say, hey, look. And I literally had a situation similar to this recently where I would sit and I'd say, okay, look, you figured out the first 5 steps. You're only missing 3 steps. Come on, you got this. Everything is a challenge when you first do it. Think about it like this. When you were a toddler and you began to walk, that was a challenge for you, right? It was something that was new to you and you really didn't know how to do it, but you got through it. And always remind yourself as well, hey, beautiful. Hey, powerful woman, or hey, powerful man, whatever you want to say to yourself. I don't know what your words of encouragement are. Whatever words make you feel comfortable and make you feel secure, say those things to yourself. You can say them out loud. It doesn't matter. I don't care who's around. Say them out loud. Do what you need to do for you. And that's one of the things that sometimes pride and how other people feel and what other people may think, those things tend to get in our way of taking care of ourselves. If you need to say something out loud to comfort yourself, to help yourself get through it, say it so you can get through this hurdle, So just really loving yourself through the process of everything. There's always going to be challenges. I was also talking about reminders, right? So there's a couple of ways you can remind yourself of something. One way is you can have different stickies around your house. So like I learned this from my wonderful, wonderful life coach. I have like little sticky notes in certain areas of my home, and they will remind me to do certain things for myself, like take time for yourself, give yourself a hug, tell yourself you love yourself. These are very important things, especially when you're so busy, just going through life. We're all busy going through life, but you can't forget about you. You are the only you have, and you are very important and very special, and you deserve all the love that you can give yourself and everything that you need to provide with what comes with that. So another thing you can do, like I said, was reminders. Another way to remind yourself is to think back. I'm really, really big on reflection. Think back to all of the challenges that you had in your life. Think about everything that you said was hard, everything that you thought that you could not do. Think about those things and really think, oh my goodness, I can walk. Oh my goodness, I thought that I could not, for example, for me, I thought that I could never stop eating shrimp. It was my favorite food. And now I have no feelings about shrimp, like, hey, it's an animal, it's just a thing, it's not something that I would say I particularly miss. But look at me now. I used to think that that was my favorite food and I would always eat that and I would never vegan. It's crazy. So it's just, self-reflection. Think about all the trials that you've been through, all the challenges that you've been through, and really sit back and say, look, I did that. Now, if I could do that, I can do this. Love yourself through it. Give yourself a hug and say, look, remember when we went through, that really tough time where we thought that we couldn't do this? Remember we went through that really, really tough test? I always freak out when I take a test. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I freak out when I take a test. I get kind of like anxious about it. And then I remind myself, I love myself through the process and say, hey, Asia, we took how many tests before this big test, right? So if we were able to study, retain that information, and complete the test and pass, we can absolutely do this one. And now I'm securely to the point in my life where I feel like I can do anything that I put my mind to, because guess what? I know how to read. It's most of the time things are that simple. We get inside our own minds and then we start to jumble things up. Tell yourself what you can do. And this is the third thing that I want to remind you guys of as well. Tell yourself what you can do instead of what you can't do. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. You're just negative, negative, negative. Hey, I can read. Hey, I can do math. Hey, I can analyze this. Hey, I can, whatever, like I can speak. One of my biggest things that I also used to freak out about was speaking in front of others. And I used to literally coach and cheer myself through it and say, hey, Asia, do you know this information? Yes. Are you confident with sharing this information? Yes. Like we build things up so much where we create this big thing, and all we have to do is talk ourselves through it, think through it, love ourselves through it, be gentle, be patient, take a step back, and just do it, just do it like you did everything else and you'll be okay. But the importance of self-love is your life. You have to love yourself, because if you don't love yourself and you don't treat yourself with respect and dignity, the next person will not treat you with love, respect, and dignity. They just won't. They will see the way you talk to yourself. They will see the way you present yourself, and they'll say, oh, that person is someone that I can just, treat as whatever. And how could you blame that person? Don't put the blame on them. Put the blame on you for not, taking the power to do what you need to do for yourself. So Again, self-love, I want you to really take away from this video that self-love is super important to your mindset, your life in general, everything that you do, because you are your biggest cheerleader. You are your biggest support system. If you don't have you and you don't take care of yourself, you cannot function. So, or you can't function properly. Yeah, we have a lot of people that are functioning, but are they functioning properly? Are they contributing in a way that is beneficial for not only themselves, but for, the people around them, So, if you like this video, please comment, like, subscribe, do whatever you want. Follow me on Instagram. Don't miss a video. I am back, and I have so much to share with you guys. Thank you again for watching. Peace, love, and positivity, guys.